Okay, so now we need to just decide a bit better on adding more information to the body. So I'm just look through the perspective view and get to see if, his body in general is not bad. His eye is kind of rough still, but I am going to try to sharpen that up a little bit more by just trying to create that curve on this view here. The circle here, the circle actually makes it better. I actually have the two circles now, so I make sure that I go and show the curve points, and I'm going to get used. If I do, I just try to hide the previous circle. I'm going to click on the one that I have now, on the new one, and I'm going to again modify by holding my C key and my mouse, my right mouse button. So I'm actually making it very large, and actually I'm gonna try to move it, my holding my C key and moving it down. So I'm moving it down to fit my best angle there. That way I can try to sharpen a bit better the shape of the eye. It's not that great yet. And I'm going to make sure this snaps turned on. So I'm going to see if I can just hide the curve points. I don't want them anymore. I'm going to try to see if I can um, push some stuff here. So I'm going to sculpt there, and then I'm going to make sure I'm working on the object itself on level 4. Shrink this one here with holding the B key. That way I can fine tune a bit more of that, but I don't have enough resolution. That's what's happening. So I'm going to actually go undo that, and I'm going to add up another layer. But before I do that, of course, I need to create that layer here, and then I'm going to just say step level up. The maximum level that you can get to, I believe, is level 6. So I'm not sure. Let me double check with that one, because I had level 4 already. So actually go to step level up to level 7, create a new subdivision level is what I want. Right, so that gives me a lot more resolution. Level 5. I'm going to try to sculpt in that one a little bit better. I'm snapping to the curve now, so that's going to give me a lot better. I'm going to try to push in. Notice that I'm kind of using my thing there, and actually I'm going to use that curve now, but I'm going to use it not to push more, but to use my mask. So now I can go and paint on this with my mask tool. I'm keeping it very tight because I don't want it to be too big, at least right there in the edge. And then I'm going to try to make my brush a little bit bigger and try to stick to it here. Notice I'm still kind of sticking to my curve. That way I can paint closer to my edge. This time I'm not doing it. So I'm masking what I don't want to be affected is what I'm doing. Oops, too far. Do it one more time again here. I went too far there because my snapping is active, so I'm going to turn off my curve, and I'm going to press Control to clean up here. Okay, that's a little bit better. And I'm going to now use the curve again, but this time I try to see my other curve looks a little bit better for me to work with. I'm gonna try to modify this one. Again, if you do control the C key plus your right button of your mouse, you should be able to scale it up to a size that makes sense to you. And then C and middle mouse button, you can move it. Scale it up a little bit more, move it a bit more there. Alright, and then I'm going to try to see if I can paint with the mask a little bit tinier here. Let me just move the curve down a tiny bit more. So tight that it's kind of hard to do it that way. I'm going to try to just keep it that way for now. Just like that. It's going to be slightly different, but that's okay. I'm going to turn off this one and make sure that this one is turned on. Have my mask tool. I'm going to try to paint here on my object, of course, level 5. I'm going to paint on my object, my mask. It's a little low there, but I'll try to stick to that for now and see how that works. I can always add to it more, meaning I can always move the object a little bit lower. Remember, I'm just painting. Okay, I'm gonna pause my video here for a moment while I do all that. Okay, that gave me a little bit better information there, and I'm working on my level 5. That's my layer number 4 there, I guess. I didn't really name the layers, I should have, but alright, so I'm gonna try to use my, now that I know this place is masked, I can go back to my tools and I can sculpt some more. I can either try to sculpt there and kind of push in, and that's going to give me a sharper edge to that part of the surface. Still a little jagged, but it allows me to go and paint a little bit more confident. And now I can go and try to smooth the edge a little bit better, so I can have a better resolution, better detail. Not just trying to kind of eyeballing it somehow. So it's a little bit better there, and they have a better chance to later on build an eye out of it. So it's a lot of work for just opening one thing, but it gives me a better chance. I know that it's not matching exactly my side view, so it's pushed back a little bit. So I'm going to actually let me just double check it's good, so that I'm okay with it. Not too bad. So I'm gonna go back to my side view. Before I do that, actually, I want to go to my side view, and I want to actually under my layers. I'm gonna turn off my mask. I'm gonna get out of my mask, and I should be able to just grab a good portion of it. But I'm gonna actually do it on a different level. I'm gonna start going down to a lower level. So level 3, level 2, that's a little too low. So I'm gonna go level up, that one. I'm gonna try to grab with a large selection. Maybe I can grab everything there. Try to grab it and move it forward. Oh, I'm sorry, I gotta go to the layer that belongs to that level. So I'm gonna try to grab this a little bit there. That way I still maintain my object roughly the same way. Okay, alright, so that one seems to be okay for now. Good idea if I can save my file. And then I'm going to go back to my perspective view to look at it. So I kind of messed it up a little bit there, but I'm going to try to fix the other ones here. Actually, I pulled it on the wrong side, so I'm just going to undo that. I don't think it's worth keeping it. And I'm going to just try to kind of eyeball it here by grabbing it from this part. So I'm going to try to grab it from here and outward there. And here too. I'll try to grab a bigger area, that way I can affect a better exaggeration there. Alright, let me go to my side view to see if that got better. Not too bad actually. A little bit better, a little bit less intrusive. This one got a little bit high, so I'm going to bring it down here to try to maintain the eyes shape. Okay, so that's good, that's nice. I don't like the way this thing is looking here. And although my side view doesn't tell me much, actually does. My arm got changed, probably due to increasing the amount of, when I'm on level 3, level 0, if I go down, I'm going to say page down goes to lower level, page up goes to that level. I'm in level 3 right now. I lost my information on my arm right now. So I'll try to grab, I'm going to see if I can go back to level, page down, see if I can grab this part of the arm. Actually that one has to be worked on a different layer. That was part of the main cube. See if it does it. Pull that one up all the way. I probably missed that from the beginning, I suspect. Because it's too much of a difference for me to... That one messed up a lot of stuff. So I'm going to try to smooth the best I can here. See if I can do anything with the relax tool to correct some of the issue with the geometry. Relax tries to generate distances to be equal whenever it can. You know, that right now I don't think it's doing a lot of work. So I'll try to go back to smooth and help it a little bit better. Go back to... I have to grab some more here at the top, and I kind of eyeballing a little bit, correct some of these guys and move them up to try to stay in that shape. So I'm gonna go actually to my, let me actually call my layers window here, because it's becoming a little annoying that I have to get back and forth from my layers to my levels. So I'm on level 0 right now, so I'm going to say page up on my keyboard to go to the next level. That way I can try to smooth a little bit there and maybe grab some more of this section to improve. Looking a little bit more the way it was on the side view there. Let's just go back to that, just to make sure another from the side. A little bit better actually. You need to grab some more here, push this one in a bit more, a little bit less of the brush. Some of those things probably happen when we smoothed certain parts there. Because I think we had parts of it okay, but let's see if I can just get it to do what I want it to do. Okay, so a little bit better, not quite, but a little bit better. Let me go to perspective view, and yeah, doesn't look pretty. So I try to relax some of that there to see if it does something. Relax is not doing it, so I'm gonna have to just get a little bit of smoothing there in that section. It's pinching a lot of geometry, and that I don't like that, but it's all I have right now, so I'm gonna try to stick to it. And then smooth some of this stuff here. And that's gonna have to be fixed a bit more a little bit later. I'm gonna go back to the front view here to see if that armpit is okay, and it's not bad. Just need to have some of this geometry here grabbed and moved. That probably won't look pretty in the perspective view, but it gives me a better part there. So it's like working with clay pretty much. It's not perfect, it's little by little. And I'm gonna try to, I know that topology is not working there, but again, mudbox, I don't care about topology. So I'm gonna go back to my side view here, and I'm gonna start grabbing that hand down, expanding it. So I'm gonna see if I can use the bulge tool. I'm not gonna try to bulge here because it's gonna bulge toward the camera, and I don't want that. When I go to the perspective view, and I know that it has to go down, so I'm just grab it here, and then I'm gonna start kind of bulging it out this way. Just bulging some of it, not that. And then I'm gonna try to grab some of that and start moving it down. I'm gonna look at it on the side view just to see if it's making sense roughly. Not that. Let me make the front view. I'm gonna unlock it for a moment. I'll be able to move it. I'm gonna have to get the image plane again back to the scales 1. And move back to 0. And then I'm gonna be able to move my camera back, my object back, to try to maintain my scale. Okay, I'm going to lock my camera and my image plane again. And yeah, it's not there yet, so I'm going to grab some of it here. I'm not going to go all the way down because I need to start pulling the fingers out. But it's not too bad actually. Let me go to perspective view. I'm going to do a little bit of smoothing here. A little bit of more grabbing there just to try to get that palm a bit more formed. Remember, I'm working on level 3 right now, so no big worries about not having enough geometry there. I will have enough geometry in a minute when I go to a higher level. So let me just try to smooth it a bit there so that I can get rid of that kind of like a pulling and pushing at the same time. Alright, let's see if we go to the side view to see how that looks. Not too bad. Front view, not too bad. So I'm gonna just try to go to the side view and actually I'm gonna try to do it to the perspective better. Try to start pulling out those fingers, but to do that, of course, I need to go to a higher level, which of course means I need to go to step level 1, which means it's page up on my keyboard. Page up. So I go to level 4, they're giving me enough more information there. I'm gonna start bulging out a little bit of that. I'm gonna try this and foam me to see if that lets me foam out those fingers. And I try to foam it out here. Make it a little bit bigger. I know there's going to be another one somewhere here. And there's going to be another one somewhere here. Let me see on my side view to see if that looks reasonable. Not too bad. Let me grab a little bit of them just to grab them to put them back in place. But roughly, yeah, they're going in the right direction. Okay, so I'm gonna just go and grab on my perspective view again and pull them out some more. So I'm gonna use some more foam there. I can also do a bulge to see what it does, but I kind of like this one. Touch the geometry there in the body. Geometry is getting stretched a lot now, but it's giving me enough. Let me see if I bring down to previous level. The previous level is doing what it needs to be doing, so level up. I'm gonna continue pushing it out some more. I have a strength of 5. I'm gonna try strength of 8. See what happens. See if I can go a bit faster on that. That makes it a little bit better there, I think. It's pulling it out a bit much, I think. I'm gonna bring it back this way. Music. Grab and pull it this way. I'm going to try to smooth a little bit. This one is looking ugly. Just to help it kind of recover a little bit. Let me double check it on the side view. Get in there, grab a little bit of it here. Bring it down to where I want it to be, a little bit larger, that way we can have a better influence there. Bring this one out there, not too much. This one actually became too far down already. So I'm going to try to get it there. And I'm going to go to the front view to see how it's looking. It's all bent, a little too straight, so I'm going to try to see if I can grab the whole thing, actually grab it inwards. That way I can try to help it match the shape that it needs to match. Okay, so I know that this guy needs to bulge out some more. I'll try to see if I can get some foamy here. But there is not a lot of geometry for it to build from, so I'm actually have to go one level up, page up to the last level. That way the last level will have a lot more geometry for me to work with. And I will be able to push the shape of those fingers some more. I know that probably in Maya I'm going to have to go do a lot of work and clean up, but this one will give me a better chance. Let me see upside view there. Yeah, it's getting there. Just grab. This one actually gonna need to bulge a bit more, so I'll try to do that to see if I can fix that one there. I'm gonna pause for a moment, work with these guys for a little bit so we can get a better shape of it, and then we'll just continue. Okay, so hang tight. Okay, so I just have just skipped a little bit and went forward, trying to get the shape roughly blocked there. It's not perfect, it's kind of has some issues still, I need some more sculpting, and I'm going to try to probably just do a little bit more of that by just grabbing some parts and pushing in and out and just refreshing and refreshing it. But what's happening right now is that the topology is very stretched. You see how even here is, but the fingers are very stretched there now. So there is no way for me to work with it in this manner. So I'm going to try to save my file before I do anything. I'm going to try to retopologize it so I can have better topology here to work with. So I'm going to create a new layer, just to say new layer there. And I'm going to take my level 5 and see if my level 5 I can make a new topology version of it, and see if I can get a better organized file. So let me try doing that, and I'm going to go in there, mesh, retopologize, new operation. And what this is just a way for you to create a way to readjust the whole topology. So I'm going to create one, we're going to call it monster v01, and then the output mesh, because it's going to create a new mesh for it, I'm going to call it monster v01 topology or geometry. See what happens. This is the target base face count is 3000. Yeah, I'm gonna try that, see what happens. Face uniformity, can try to have faces as uniform as possible, or optimize, which will reduce it a lot. I'm gonna keep it like that, and see what happens. Use curves to control topology flow. That will give us a strategy that will allow to do it. I wanted to just do the sculpture details because I already have a new layer there. So node symmetry required. I'm gonna say retopologize, and that's gonna take a few seconds to go through it and create a new topology there. Actually, it's gonna take a little bit longer. I'm gonna just freeze my capture for a second. Okay, just my process. It took about a minute to go through the whole thing, but notice that I now under my object list I have a new geometry piece, and I have a previous one that just went off. Let's turn it off. I'm going to turn off all those layers, so levels, so I don't see them. And I see this one now, and of course if we open it up, you see all the levels on that new one. The new one, I'm on level 4 right now, and it looks, it's not perfect, but it looks a little bit better. Topology is very high res, so I'm going to do page down to go and try to see if I can see lower models of it. So actually, if I go page down here, there is what it is in the lower res. So you see the retopologizing of it worked much better. It's made squares out of everything. I don't know what it did to the eye, but it's not too bad actually. Page up here, not too bad. Page down. So that gives me the opportunity to go back, doing a bit more sculpting. Right now I'm level 0, let me go back page up to try to, I'm not going to work on level 4, I'm going to try to keep it on level 2, see if I can do a little better sculpting of that hand in level 2, and then I just add details in the other ones. So let me just try to, right now I'm just going to, as a combination of grabbing, smoothing, sculpting to get that hand better. So I'm going to spend a few minutes there, just pause my video, my capture video there, and then we'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, I just continued working and I just got to work on sculpting using the tools sculpting, grabbing, softening, and foaming, just to get the hand to be a bit better. Right now I'm working on my level let's see, I forget which one I'm on. Level 5, I guess, is the one I'm working on. Should be highlighting here, but oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong model, that's why. Level 1 is the one I'm working on right now. So, just give me the chance to kind of soften some of those little retopologies that are not right. So, you see that, of course, if I page up, I can start seeing a bit more detail there. And I have a chance to go and relax some of the geometry, turn it a bit more, smooth a bit more, so that it doesn't look too bad when I export it out. It's going to be used to topologize in Maya anyways, but it has a nice feel to it. Of course, parts of it is sculpting. You gotta go, and I'm doing it with my mouse. So if you do it with your stylus, your pen, it'll be a lot better. I just had to fix a little bit here on the back, on the armpit, and I'm going to actually go page down again because I want to look at it from level 2. I want to look at it. Rather than this one, I'm now levels on all on the same layer. I'm not working on layers on this one anymore. So let me go to the side view. I want to see his belly, because from the front view, I know that if you look at it from the front view, he has a little line there, meaning that he has a little bit of belly line there. So I'm going to try to go to kind of do the little belly shape. I'm going to try to do it on a level, let's say maybe 3 or 4, maybe 3. And I'm going to try to kind of sculpt it just slightly here. I'm going to just shrink down this guy, kind of give it a little bit of a sharp there. That way I kind of get a guidance. And then I gotta go to my thing, and I'm gonna try to bulge out his belly. So I'm gonna grab, actually the foamy may do it. I'm gonna grab this here, I'm gonna pull his belly out a tiny bit. That way I can get him to do a little bit of belly there, would be a little bit of fun with it. And probably that might not be matching to my drawing, but yeah, I went a little too far with him. But that's okay, I can just go back and smooth, especially because now I need to do a little bit of smoothing down here. Smooth in there. So try to give him a little bit extra belly there and make it feel a lot more organic. Relax the whole thing a bit more. I'm gonna try to see if I can push it in. I actually pushed it a bit too much, so I'm just gonna just grab it and pull it in a little bit. Now the more you do it, the more you get used to the tools. So it's not that it's extremely powerful, but with patience and with work on it, you get a pretty decent result, and you can pretty much sculpt anything you want. Okay, so of course, there are a lot of things that I need to think about, because you see the creature that I am referencing from. If I look at the front view, he has a lot of wrinkles under his eyes, and the eyelid goes out this way, and probably I should exaggerate that line a little bit there, just to get a little bit of that extra information there. So let me try to do a little bit of that here, and then the wrinkles and all those, I'll try to get them just suggested as lines, so that I can, when I go in Maya, I can go and manipulate them. Also those fins, I'm going just to pull them out a little bit and see if I can get the shape just to be suggested. So let me try to just quickly here with my sculpt. I'm going to just reduce. I'm right now on level 2 if I'm not wrong, level 3. So I'm going to just bring down here this one, and I'm going to try to sculpt right now. Just suggest a line. I know that it's not precise, but it gives me a little bit of a guidance that I can use in Maya to get the guy better. And this one I'm gonna try to make it out here, and this one I'm gonna make it out here. So that gives me a reference for me to come here, and maybe I'm gonna try this time here. I'm gonna try to smooth this one because I don't like the way it's looking there. I'm gonna try to improve it a little bit more. So I'm gonna sculpt this line out here, and that one out there. Of course, that means I have to smooth down this section there. See, it's kind of like a tucking inside of the underneath of the other one, and this one is the other one that's kind of a little bit ugly there, but try to see if I can make it work best. And I'm gonna grab a little bit of just foamy here to grab these ones out a little bit there. So, but actually for that, I'm gonna try to see if I can use my mask tool to see if I can do it. But you know, my mask tool is asking me for a layer. In order to do it, I'm gonna have to create a layer for it. So I'm gonna create a layer, click on it here, and then, oh, not that yet. I'm gonna change my brush so I can isolate this one here the best I can. And then I'm gonna use the this tool to push in there a bit more according to that. It's not perfect, but it gives me enough information. Let me just push this one a little bit more, and then just smooth a little bit there. Again, this is pure suggestion because in Maya I'm gonna have to actually do more than that, but I'll have the geometry to work with. Okay, this one looks a little odd, so let me just I'm gonna go page down a little bit. Maybe I can correct a little bit in the previous one. That wasn't going to do it, so I'm gonna correct on this one. Page down a little bit and push this one in. I'm gonna grab this and push it in a little bit. Okay, and then smooth a bit more there, and then go to the other layer, page up to go to smooth a bit more here. So that gives me just a little presence there. Can do it here too. I'm gonna try to sculpt a little bit there, so I can have the effect there. What this is doing is just simply showing me. I went too far with that one. Showing me the effect, so that when I'm Maya, I can try to push harder on that little detail of the eyelid that is coming from the top down. It's not perfect, it's not beautiful, but it does the trick in a basic manner. These ones aren't good either, but I'm just gonna soften them up here just to get soften up from the bottom. So that way I have a good guidance for me to be able to go back in Maya and fix them. So at first they don't look too pretty, but little by little we start kind of getting them a little bit better. The eyeball of course is going to be modeled all in Maya, so I'm going to grab that eyelid and improve it a little bit here because we lost some detail there. I'm going to do it on a different level. See if I can bring it down to this one to improve this shape. Just went all the way up on my levels. I'm already on level 4, but my level 4 is not letting me sculpt that. That means I need a new layer for that because the previous layer is level 3. So let's see if I can, while I'm in level 4, push this a bit more. And then pull out that top part a tiny bit more. So again, it's just a matter of just spending some time on it. I'm kind of doing it quick for this video, but you want to just spend a couple hours on detailing your specifics on your model. Inverse that, pull out a little bit of this here. Inverse again and push in a bit more there. Just adding more detail to it and then smoothing it out to help it blend a bit better. It's okay, it's not the greatest, but it's okay. It gives me the good basis for it. So you see my model getting better. Last thing I'm going to try doing is grabbing those spikes on this side view. Let me just save my file. And I'm just going to just pull them out. Let me just pause my video for a moment. So I'm going to bring down page down to go to a lower level because I don't want it to be, there we go, level 3 I believe. Actually I can page down some more to level 2. That way I can grab the spine back and place it where it needs to go because we lost some of that. Make sure I turn on a mirror. That way in case I'm grabbing just one half, I don't miss the other one. Okay, so I'm going to grab this one out a bit more. I'll smooth them out in a minute. Okay, let me go to the perspective view. Yeah, that's what I thought. It did just the spine, so I didn't grab. Let me turn off the mirror here. I'm just gonna grab a little bit larger here. Match these ones to the sides. And then just do a little bit smoothing just to kind of perfect and just to make it a little bit nicer. He needs a butt actually, you know, now that I'm looking at him. So I'm gonna just quickly do that. So I'm gonna add those details and then just finish up the video with those. So let me just pause that. So just going down, I just added a little bit of butt to him on one side. I'm just painted a mask to do the spikes kind of roughly there. So I'm gonna just bulge those out to see how that looks. So I'm gonna grab the bulge tool in those specific spots. I'm gonna try to bulge them out a little too much. Bring the string down to say 1. That way I can keep an eye on them as I'm building them. That's a lot of cool opportunities to bring them up little by little. I'm going to use the grab tool now. Try to bring them out some more. And I wouldn't be too far with that one. Let me look at the side view. Yeah, that one just needs a little bit of softening there, or flattening better. So I'm going to flatten it here. And then do a little bit grab on the edges here. Okay, this one is the mask is not doing the job perfectly, so I'll probably have to go back and fine tune them after the mask is finished. So I'm gonna just try to do a little bit of flattening here. Okay, it's rough, but you know, it is an opportunity for me to have an initial shape. Let me see if I can do this one at a different level. I forget what level which level I'm on. 3. I'll go down, pitch down to level 2. Oh, level 2 is very low actually. Pitch up. Maybe push a little bit here. Pitch up a bit more, see if I can push it here. More. Not finding the right spot to push this little detail here. Page up. Seems like it doesn't want to do it. Okay. Oh, there it is. Too far, too strong. So we bring down my strength to 0.3 so I have a little more control over it. And then smoothing it out there just a little bit. The best I can. Again, I'm not trying to make it absolutely perfect here because I'll do that in Maya. But it gives me a good start of a shape. Right, I'm gonna just save this guy, keep it like this for now. And I'm gonna test it out to go back to Maya. We'll do that in the next video.